All humans can draw. At least that's how we start out. We actually have to choose to get off of that path of artistic development. In this video, I'm going to show you the 8 stages of artistic development that all humans, no matter your culture or language, progress through. If you know somebody that is what you'd call naturally talented, that just means they progress through these 8 stages more quickly than other people. But everyone goes through these 8 stages in order. First, a massive disclaimer. I'm an artist and a content creator. I do read a lot and do a lot of research before I put these videos together, but I'm not an academic. If you are interested in the scholarship of artistic development, there is plenty out there to keep you busy. Take this video as an overview, but by no means the final word. So let's get into it. What are the 8 stages of artistic development? Stage 1 is the scribble stage. Babies and toddlers will use a fist to hold their drawing implement. The marks of this stage are random. The child is still developing their gross motor skills at this point, but they often do enjoy making marks. They tend to choose colors at random, and there are no discernible objects at this stage. Stage 2 is the pre-schematic stage. This is the stage where the scribbles start to coalesce. They start to form proto-images. You might see circles at this stage, maybe even a rudimentary sun, or rainbows. Color seemingly seems more and more important at this point. It's at this stage the child may identify what they're drawing, but it won't look like what they're drawing. If you pay close attention to the way your child is holding the crayon, you may see a flip into this overgrip position, where the thumb is closer to the edge of the pencil. In this pre-schematic stage, you'll start to see the very first people. They're called tadpole people because they often just have a head and legs. They also may have eyes and a mouth, but not much else. The child is mostly focused on expression and color. In this pre-schematic stage, the art can often resemble complex abstract art. The child will also establish preferences for certain colors over other colors.
Do you like the color olive green?
I do like the color olive green.
Stage 3 is what we call schematic stage. This occurs around 5 or 6 years old. Think about this stage in terms of the child drawing symbols. So it might not be an eye, but it's a symbol for an eye, or a symbol for an ear or nose. The child is still developing their motor skills. The drawings are not sophisticated, but the child is able to express themselves very well in this schematic stage. This is a drawing done by my son, and it reads, "I love riding a crocodile." You also might see something called X-ray drawing, and that's where you can see the body underneath the clothes in this stage. The pre-realism stage is very much like the schematic stage, except that the drawings become more complicated. The relationships between different elements in the drawing start to become more sophisticated. The line that separates the ground from the sky becomes an anchoring point. You'll start to see people anchored on that horizon line. As the stage 4 pre-realism drawings become more complicated, the child will enter stage 5, the realism stage. It's during this stage that they'll be using a lot of reference materials, photographs, comic books, printouts, and they'll try to replicate and copy quite often. The child is going for realism here. The characters may be wearing a lot of jewelry and specific color choices will be made. There may even be an attempt at shading at this stage. Depending on the child's level of determination and encouragement and education, at the end of this stage, the child enters stage 6, the decision stage. Stage 6 is probably the most important stage in this journey of artistic development. Stage 6 occurs at puberty or just after. It's at this stage that we decide to stop art or to carry on. Only through education and encouragement will people carry on. What's interesting at this stage 6, this decision-making stage, is that it doesn't actually matter how good you are as an artist. If you have the proper encouragement and education, you'll likely carry on to stage 7. If you don't, you'll probably stop at stage 6 and just tell yourself forever that you can't draw. Children will only enter stage 7, the academic stage, if they're properly motivated, either self-motivated or externally motivated. It's during this stage that the child will learn things like perspective and shading and anatomy and ways to blend and different media to use. It's important at this stage that the child not become deflated by a bad drawing. Remind them that every artist has 10,000 bad drawings in them, and the sooner you can get them out, the sooner you'll get to the better ones. All artists go through this stage where they're learning the academic process. And it's only by becoming a master of the fundamentals can you then fully enter stage 8, the self-expression stage. There is no end to this stage, and that's because there's no end to self-expression. You have all of the tools at your disposal. In the self-expression stage, you know what a pencil does, and you know how to use it. You have the muscle memory from doing thousands of drawings. You can express complex abstract ideas or draw realistically. There's no end to this stage. You can keep learning and expressing yourself for your entire life. As a final note, I'd like to say this. If you are an adult who decided as a tween or an early teenager at that decision stage level, that stage 6, to stop drawing, it's never too late to enter stage 7 and ultimately stage 8. Anyone can learn how to draw no matter how old you are. It just takes the proper encouragement, education. I encourage you to learn this incredible way of expressing yourself. And as for education, well, there's plenty of it right here on social media. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out my Patreon or support it for free by liking, commenting, sharing, or saving the video. Until next time, happy drawing.